Verse 27. Benjamin is a ravenous wolf, in the morning devouring the prey, and at evening dividing the spoil. Yeah, this is so, it's kind of interesting. The first king will come from the line of Benjamin, but again, this was said way before Saul was king. Except if you're a liberal Bible scholar, understandably, but I'm not. So, so in this sense, we don't see here a mention made of the fact. That's actually kind of interesting. I would say that kind of points out to the fact that this was written early. Why? Because if they already knew, if this was written after the time of David and Saul was already the king, then when it gets to Benjamin here, and Saul was a line from Benjamin, then you would or could have thought that they might have put words into Jacob's mouth, Israel's mouth here, to kind of point that out, that yes, you will be the first king, but kind of, you know, things are going to go wrong from there. But there's no mention of that. Oh yes, I know you can reason that, but they did not want to point that out. So the person writing this, they hated Benjamin and his tribe, so they did not want that to be mentioned. Yes, that is a possibility as well. So either that possibility, or it was written early for the fact that this did not happen yet. Okay, so yeah. But still, just to get back to this point, I believe this was written, it was said by Jacob Israel at his deathbed and written by Moses. Prophetic. So a ravenous wolf devouring his prey. Yeah, it doesn't sound too good in a certain sense, especially as I think Benjamin is the youngest beloved son of Israel as well, and to sort of get this kind of negative thing said about him, as he is this ravenous wolf, and not a kind animal, and ravenous and devouring. All of these kinds of things is like showing as if, like, more like Dan being wrong. Okay, like serpents who's like biting the heels of the horses and the riders falling off and stuff like that. The same kind of thing happening here. So it is kind of not what you would expect that Israel, the blessing he will give to Benjamin. This might be for as well for the used in such a way, or for Israel, then Jacob saying this to remind Benjamin actually that Joseph is, yes, he's a beloved son as well, but Joseph is a more important one. Okay, so before you say you are like Joseph, equal to Joseph, no, I'm like kind of cut you down. Little said about him, and what they said about him is kind of negative, and except if you like warfare. And then at the same time, years later on, stating as well to the tribes that ultimately Benjamin at the death wasn't that important. So maybe by that stage Benjamin was trying to play the story, especially since they're going to have the first king as well. Okay, so which could have played into them thinking later on, not at this stage that Moses already done, but later on that they are something more than they are in actual fact. So yeah, I don't think there's a lot of good therefore said about Benjamin. Okay, with that we will stop with these verses here, and then maybe get another spot for a few more, the last verses of the death and burial of Jacob.